Hey all, Moto here, and today we're going to talk about the Fusion Wired FightPad for Xbox One. About a month ago, PowerA sent over this Fusion Wired FightPad to try out and share with you, kind of share my impressions and thoughts about it. So we're going to take a look at, everything it comes with, how it works, and what did I think. So we're not going to do an unboxing just because when it came, I was sick and I didn't feel up to doing an unboxing video. But you can see the box. The box opens and there was stuff and I took it out. So let me show you what it comes with. So in the box, you get a 9.8 foot cable. Why not 10 feet? Why not 10? I have no idea. Maybe an average person doesn't need 10 feet, but 9.8 feet, which is a very long cable. And then it comes with additional base plates, which I think is cool. You get a gray plate. You get, with the Xbox version, a black plate. And then my favorite is the white plate. Now this controller, it just sends me back to the 1990s when I had my Sega Genesis that I had to have because it had Mortal Kombat with blood. Previously, I think it was Super Nintendo, and I remember I was like, wait, Nintendo doesn't have blood, but Sega Genesis does. So that's when my life changed and I got a Sega. And this brings me back to those great days of playing Mortal Kombat and what other games did I have? Aladdin. I could go on and on. So let's stop talking about my past. All right. So with this, I'll hold it closer. You can see you have your X, Y, A, B, and then there's also buttons for RB, RT if you want that. And then you have your thumbstick and it rotates in 360 degrees. It feels really good. The whole thing feels good. It just fits in your hand perfect. You have your left trigger, right trigger. You can listen to them click. Your left trigger or your left bumper, right bumper as well. I honestly didn't use this, but there is a switch here. And it says DP, LS, or RS. And I believe that's to remap. And I didn't even go into that. So I am not the person to ask about that. Back to the face plates. In the event you want to change it out, it is super easy. You'll see right here a little divot. You just pop off the plate and throw it on the floor. And then pick the one that you want. Oh, and if you want to see what it looks like under there. There it is. And then you just pop the new one on just like that. Well, I think the intention is for fighting games that don't require analog thumbsticks. However, I am finding tons of other uses for it. Recently, I went back and I played some old arcade games. I played Galaga and Pac-Man and Dig Dug. And it worked so good for those types of games. I actually prefer this for those kinds of games, even over my Elite controller, which says a lot because I love this controller. I also found it works good for games like Gems of War, Pinball FX3. I mean, the more I was looking at my games list, the more things I was finding I could use these with. I think this is really, really going to be great for either retro gamers or people that play a lot of casual games. I was finding so many different games I could play this with. Initially, I was sort of worried when this showed up. I was like, what am I going to play? But I actually have tons of games that this works with. If you need more ideas on games, let me know in the comments and I'll go through and find some more. I had a whole list somewhere. I was working, writing them all down, and I lost my list. But this works for a ton of games. It just doesn't work if you need two analog thumbsticks. So now that we've sort of touched on what the controller is and what it does and how you might use it, I thought I'd talk about my thoughts using it so far. I really, really like it for casual gaming. To be honest, though, having to switch between having two different controllers isn't my favorite. Ideally, I would like to leave this just plugged into my downstairs console that's more for like casual gaming. Unfortunately, right now I have a puppy that would probably try to eat the cable. So, like Dream World, if this was wireless, that would be amazing. I love that they give you options with the magnetic faceplates. I mean, they're super easy to switch out, and you can, change, white to black. I do wish they would have picked maybe different patterns or something more fun. I don't know like what the target audience was for this, so that might be why they chose some, more just safe color choices. I'm pretty sure the Switch version comes with red, which, as you can tell, red's my favorite color. The controller feels ergonomic. It's just comfortable to hold. The D-pad feels good. The buttons feel great. The placement is perfect. If you played Sega Genesis or those old retro games, like this is just going to come right back to you. Overall, I am really happy with the controller. Like I said, at first I was like, what am I going to play with this? And then I just started finding game after game after game I didn't realize that this would work for. So I would take a look at the games you play. And if you're someone that kind of misses that old school, or maybe you've never had a controller like this, I don't know. I definitely think, it would make a neat gift around the holidays for maybe some of the, more mature gamers out there that grew up on things like Sega Genesis and Nintendo and everything. I think my only apprehension to the entire controller is the price point of $59.99. To me, that feels like a lot of money. $59.99. Like I don't put that down easy. And for this is more of like a luxury that I didn't need. I don't need it, but I would want it. So like if someone gave this to me as a gift. Well, I got it as a gift from PowerA. So I love it, but I don't know if I personally would plunk down the $59.99. But like I said, it's a great controller. I really like it, and I really appreciate PowerA letting me try it out and share my opinions on it. Do you have questions? I hope you do. Post them in the comments. I'll get back and try to answer as many as I can. You're always welcome to stop by my streams. I'm live 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. most days over on Mixer. Just go to mixer.com/Moto and stop by, ask your questions, or just hang out. We have lots of fun every day, playing all kinds of different games. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you can, smash that like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.